Hello and welcome back to my channel and another speed build video. I am enjoying making these videos so very much. It's taking up a lot of my free time, not that I have much of it to begin with, but I don't mind at all. This is super fun to do, and I can now totally see why there's such a big community of this on YouTube, because it's fun. So this build that I'm working on here is it's actually originally, you can see by the title in the corner that I was going to have like an off-the-grid living thing, and I changed my mind partway through because I realized I made it a little bit big to be a tiny off-the-grid home, so it ends up being renamed to just a small rustic. So the kind of idea that I had behind this build was like a cabin in the woods that has been passed down kind of generation after generation after generation. So there have been some parts of it that have been modernized. Like I put a pool in, and what else? I mean, the appliances in the kitchen, I use like the wood burning stove and like that fridge that just looks old with like the glass front. So I don't know if those would be considered vintage or if they're just really, really old and those never got updated, which doesn't seem feasible. I think appliances would get updated. But anyhow, so now it's been passed down to the character that I created here and her husband, and they have done a few updates of their own. On the inside, I do keep it pretty plain when it comes to plants and flowers and stuff like that, because there's so much lushness on the outside. So I'm like, if this property has been around for, I'm thinking like 100 years or something, it's been passed down, then all the stuff on the outside would be very mature by now and pretty much take care of itself. So I didn't want to overwhelm the property with so much greenery and flowers outside as well as a bunch inside. But it's been a couple of weeks now since I actually edited this video, and I'm just getting around to doing the narration now. So there are some things that I really don't remember. But I really, really like this build. So I built it in on a lot in Granite Falls. So I've never built there before myself. And the lighting is not the greatest, I think, because there's so many huge trees. It's really, really shaded. So I did also have a picture that I was kind of going off of just for this front porch. I just kind of Googled like tiny rustic homes, and one of the first images that came up had this beautiful woodwork. We had nothing in the game that looked like that woodwork, so I just had to pick, kind of the next best thing. But it had this, the overhang from the roof and that wall with a window, which I ended up changing a little bit. And there's a lot of stuff that I did change as well that you won't see in the video. Like when I do builds, I do them kind of in chunks because I do have a toddler. So, she takes up a lot of my time. So I'll maybe build for like an hour and then I got to go do something else and back and forth. So I think the outside is pretty much done at this point. Originally I had put like the brown windows in, and then I just switched everything for the white trim because it just kind of popped a little bit more. And I think the only other thing I do outside now, I think, oh my gosh, I really don't remember, it's been a while, is a bit of stuff on the front porch, and then I think I move into the kitchen eventually. And my first video, when I listened back to it, I kind of felt like I didn't sound like myself at all. I think I was really concerned with trying to speak really clearly, and I didn't know how well my mic for my computer would work and stuff. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more myself in this video, but it's still kind of like not, well, I mean, I guess nerve-wracking. I mean, I'm just by myself doing this. I don't know what I have to be nervous about, but I guess because I'm going to put it out there for potentially for other people to listen to. So it's, it kind of plays with you a little bit, and I guess you feel like you don't really sound or speak like yourself because I don't know. It's just really weird. I've never done anything like this before, ever. I've done YouTube videos before. I did this thing with a different channel where I did vlogs for like a year for my birthday, and a friend and I also put out some challenge videos and stuff like that. But I've never done anything like this where I'm just sitting in front of my computer talking to, as it stands right now, like non-existent people. I'm just talking in my office to my computer. So back to the build. The kitchen, I tried to keep it rustic, and I've never used these counters, but I've seen them used a lot, and I was always like, they're actually really nice. I just never think of using them. And when I was putting the kitchen together, I was like, the upper cabinets really look odd with them, even though this is the matching set. And plus I had the kitchen so narrow that I had a hard time putting cabinets in, but I really wanted to put some. So I ended up off camera. I ended up kind of finishing the kitchen. I did have to extend it by 1, so you can tell here that it's a little bit wider than it was when I first started doing the kitchen. And but I cut that out because I don't even know how long. I think I worked on this kitchen for like an hour, just trying so hard to get it to what I was envisioning. So I had no choice but to make it a little bit bigger. And at this point too, I'm like, okay, like this isn't a tiny home anymore. I'm gonna have to reconfigure that. But the kitchen turned out, I think, really cute. It's like a kitchen that I look at and I'm like, I could totally cook in there, and I love to cook. And I could easily spend a couple of hours in the kitchen working on like one meal, and I'm like, I could work in this kitchen, so I'm gonna say it's done. And then I move on to another room. And did I buy a new pack? No, I had bought a new pack. I think the movie Hangout pack I had just bought before doing this build, so I did use a few items from that. And the living room, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the living room still. I kind of go back and forth between a few items, make things bigger, make things smaller, go back to the original size, blah, blah, blah. The living room took me a while. I think I cut out a bit of footage on that as well. I tend to do that because I'm a really slow builder. So I tend to edit my videos and I go through the footage with like a fine tooth comb. Is that the saying? I'm not even sure if that's right. Because I'm like, I don't want anything unnecessary in the video that's going to take up time away from something else that I would like to put in. Usually, I guess the landscaping is kind of what I sacrifice for inside, because I think, and maybe I'm wrong, and you can let me know in the comments if y'all want to leave comments, but I think the inside of the house and the clutter and the decorating, I think, is more interesting to watch than the landscaping. But then again, I'm sure there are some people who prefer to watch the landscaping. So I don't know. But this build, I think I had almost like 6 hours of footage because, like I said, I'm a slow builder and I tend to have to kind of go back and forth. I build for a little bit and then I have to stop and, you know, back and forth, and then sometimes I'll go back to a build. I'm like, what was I thinking? Why did I put that there? Or why did I do this? Or why did I choose that color? So then I end up in this black hole of changing all kinds of stuff around. Thank God it's a speed build and we get to speed up the footage. I think this one, when I was building the part of the video that's like the outside, like the build itself, I believe I put that at like an 8. Like, that's how slow I am, guys. Like, I was able to put it to an 8 and you could still see and follow along to what I was doing because I'm so slow at building. And then I think the inside, I believe I did it at a 6 speed. Yeah, I think so. Oh, this bathroom. I'm in love with this bathroom. I very rarely will put like full tile all over the bathroom and on the floor, especially matchy like that. But I think that like aqua bluish color with the dark wood of the counter and the door and stuff, I think just works really, really well. Now, the bedroom, I put a skylight in the bedroom, which you can see the reflection of it on the floor. And as I'm putting the bedroom together, I realized at one point, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's a skylight. The bed has to go there. So off camera, I switched the bedroom around a little bit and then just fiddle around with putting some more, you know, just whatever, bedroom stuff in. And I tried to make it a little rustic, and rustic's not really my personal style. So it is a little bit hard to build a room that's, like I said, not your style, because you're not really sure, I guess, what goes together and what doesn't. Sorry, I just had to take a little sip of water there. My throat's kind of itchy and dry lately, so I'd rather take a sip of water rather than coughing all through my narration. Now, the curtains, I think I went through, like at least 15 different curtains. I think I may have cut some of it out. And now I'm just kind of going around and putting a bit of clutter around. And I went to the gallery to find some rustic artwork, and I found that little rustic clock there, and I thought it was so cute. And oh yeah, I forgot about this one too. So someone else, it went by too fast. I don't remember who it was, but it'll be on, when I put it on the gallery, I always tag who I get the artwork from if I take some from the gallery, so you'll see it there. But I searched like rustic paintings and not a lot came up at all. But the one that I did find, I actually really liked the rustic picture that I took from that, because it's actually a picture of an item in game. It's like that one, it looks like a milk jug with like branches coming out of it. And so I guess whoever made these just took a picture of it, and it looks really rustic. In the living room here, I'm just throwing some clutter in, and you know, you really have to move stuff around. I mean, if you work with just the slots that come with the shelves and with the tables and stuff, I mean, you're not able to put much of anything down. So I'm really, really thankful for the like move objects cheat, because you can really make a home look so cute and homey with all of these little items. And in the corner, what I wanted there for the plant was like a little stool, but I don't have one. I've seen other people use little stools in their builds for plants, and I guess I just don't have the pack that it comes in. But I do like those little, what are they called? Suitcase. What are they called? Oh, suitcases. I do like those, and I know I used them in my last build too. They're just a really nice item, and just more clutter in the bedroom. I do like the clutter, but I know it does take a lot of time. So I think I might have to start kind of lowering the amount of clutter that I put in, but it looks really nice. You know what? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not going to change what I do. I like the way I do things, and if I need to speed up the video even more, then I'll speed up the video even more. But yeah, this room turned out really nice, and I do make some changes, and you'll see them obviously, but I end up removing this plant that I'm putting in now, and I put a door there so you can access the pool out back. I think I'm almost done on the inside. And I do change, so that's the other thing when I do builds, I tend to like pop back in, and I've seen some other builders where they just focus on a room, they finish it, they move on to another room, they finish it, and so on and so forth. I'm all over the place, because as I'm going through the menu, I'll see other things, and I'm like, oh, that would look really cute in the bathroom or the kitchen, even though I was pretty sure I was done. So I like to go back and forth a lot. And then these little, again, what are these called? Right, logs. I found those in the debug menu, and I thought, oh, that would be really cute if I can pile them and make a little pile of wood, because I plan on having a fire pit outside. And it actually works out. And I'm really sorry, I do keep taking sips of my water, so every few seconds, it's like I just go silent. And this, oh my gosh, this pergola, I only left, obviously, the final cut of it in. Oh my god. This thing gave me so much trouble, and I don't know why. I have built so many pergolas, and for some reason, this one, just like nothing was working. I couldn't delete the ceiling. I couldn't delete the floor. This took me, oh gosh. I want to say at least an hour. So again, this is why you really need to edit a lot. It took an uncomfortable amount of time to build that pergola. It turns out really cute, but I hated it so much because it took way too long. I thought this looked like such a cute, like I know there's a dining space inside, but I love this. I'm like, I want to eat here. I think this looks so cute. I've built pergolas before, but I've never used these shrubs like to look like climbing anything, because I don't have the pack at this point. I didn't have the pack that gives you any of the climbing ivy or anything along those lines. And so here I am putting the logs all together in a little pile, and I think that looks so cute. I haven't seen it done in any of the videos that I've watched of people building. I'm sure it's been done somewhere. I can't be the first person to think of doing that, but I think it looks so cute and realistic. I mean, if you have a fire pit, you need logs, Plain and simple, unless you're going to burn other stuff. Whatever. Burn what you want. Yeah, so here you see me, well, it went fast, but I put the door in the bedroom so you can access the pool. Because I'm like, it's a small place. It doesn't matter if you have to go through the bedroom to go to the pool out back, you know. It's your house. You do what you want, you know. And if you want your friends to not go through your bedroom, then you make them go outside. Now, I did try put the loungers together like I've seen other people do with the ottomans and stuff, and I think I noticed when I was editing, I was like, oh, I think I accidentally picked an ottoman that had a bit of a pink hue to it, and the chair's white, so they look kind of weird. But either way, the new Island Living, I think it's called, expansion pack has been announced. There are actual real loungers, and I think everyone's like super excited about that. The little planters that I put under the window, I love so much because I just put some plants in them and like some bushes or whatever, and then just some like little things nearby that you would use to water them and stuff, and I thought that looked so cute. And those orange trees, I guess, that I sized all different sizes and kind of clustered them together, I think turns out really cute. So, I think there's only a few minutes left in the build at this point. We'll be coming up to the screenshots, I think, soon. But I just want to say that I'm loving doing this so much. This is so much fun. This is a nice hobby, I guess, and it's kind of therapeutic. I mean, the building. Well, you guys, if you're watching this, you know, because you enjoy watching them and you probably build yourself. And I just enjoy it so very much, and I hope you guys enjoy watching my builds, and hopefully I'll get more comfortable with the narrations as I go, and I won't, you know, seem so odd, because I still feel like I'm not really being myself, but I'm trying. Oh yeah, and I put the little lights in the planters on the front, and I thought that looked really cute. Again, I'm sure that's been done. I've just personally never seen it, but I thought it turned out super cute. Yeah, and I think maybe in the next video, maybe I'll try talking a little bit more about myself so that you guys can get to know me a little bit. And again, in the description, I'll have the link for downloading this from the gallery if you like. And the screenshots are coming up. Please, thank you for watching and subscribe. Bye.